my name is Alexia Shepherd, and get ready because you're about to chat with Alexia.
We have got to talk about this.
Welcome to Chatting with Alexia. This is the series where I do my makeup and you and I talk about anything and everything. Also, I apologize in advance for the background noise. It is a fan. It is very hot. Usually I sacrifice myself to the heat, but today it's just like different level hot and I couldn't not have it on. Today we are going to take a walk down memory lane because I ordered a Switch Lite, you guys. I'm so happy. It's literally in my living room. I'm gonna film an unboxing right after this. So be on the lookout for that on Thursday. I'm so excited, and it actually had me reminiscing about, you know, my DS days, and I was thinking so hard. I was like, I have been wanting to talk about this forever because I literally, you guys know how I get, like, I get obsessed with something and I have to watch a bunch of videos on the topic. The DS is one of those topics, or not the DS, but Nintendo itself is one of those topics, and I've seen so many videos on Nintendo you would think I was a gamer, for real. But before we get started, I just want to remind you that you can find me on Instagram at Alexia Shep, on Twitter at Alexia Shep, and on TikTok at Alexia Shep, because who doesn't love TikTok? Growing up, I was not the gamer type, you know what I mean? Like, if you were to ask me, like, oh, were you like a video game kid? I would say no. But I knew kids that were like that had the games, but like I wasn't that into like the games that were popular with kids at the time. I remember the first gaming thing I did play my fair share of video games though. So the first gaming system I ever had, or console, was the Game Boy Advance, the flat one. I loved that thing. Like, I really liked it. Actually, no, I wouldn't say I loved it. I really liked it. I'm sure I had more games than this, but the only game I can think of me playing on that was the Dora game. Dora had this like Game Boy game, and it was so good. And I remember at one point I would have to climb over alligators and it would terrify me. Like, I was literally terrified. And that used to scare me because they would open and close their mouths and they would go like, it was like such realistic sounds. It was crazy. And that was the only game I really remember like dying to play on my Game Boy Advance. And y'all remember the Game Boy Advance? It didn't have a backlight. It literally had, I don't know if it was front lit or if there was just no light, but like if it was dark, you couldn't play because you couldn't see. So I had this kit that I got with it. I don't know if I got that for Christmas. I was so young when I had it that I don't remember like when I got it. That I had this kit and you could like hook on, like, it was like a reading light. You know how when people read in the dark, they'll get like a light to clip onto their book? Literally, like, that's what it was like, but for the Game Boy. I thought that was so funny. Also, okay, I know I wear this shirt literally so much. I've worn it in another one. I just need more clothes right now, but I spent all my money on my Switch Lite, you guys, like all of my money. But anyway, I digress. And then fast forward a couple years and the DS Lite comes out. Now, I was talking to my friend Andrew about this. If you are a 2000s kid, leave a comment saying if you had a DS, because we have a theory that 9 out of 10 had a DS, because y'all remember like everybody had a DS back in the day. It was like it wasn't a requirement, but it was like a given, you know what I mean? Like, it was such a popular toy that everybody had one, like it was a given. And I remember the DS that I had, you guys. Okay, I was in love with my DS. Like I said, I liked my Game Boy. My DS, on the other hand, was my true love, like for real. I got it for Christmas. I remember literally opening it on Christmas Day. It was a special edition icy blue DS, and it came with Brain Age, which was one of my favorite games, and they need to make a Switch version of it. Sorry if my breath sounds a little weird. This fan is like making me breathe kind of weird. Y'all, I loved it. And I had Brain Age, I had Rhythm Heaven. Rhythm Heaven was such a fun game. I remember I literally years later I got it for the Wii because I loved it so much. Like, it is so fun, and they need to make a Switch Rhythm Heaven pronto, like for real, because it is so fun. And I messed that up. That was not what I meant to do. Baby. And I have a few stories about my DS. I have a couple. I have a good story and a bad story. So the good story with my DS was one day, as in 5th grade, our teacher told us the day before, hey y'all, I'm not gonna be here tomorrow. like y'all are gonna have us up. And this girl got like 8 of us together. I don't know how me and my friend got in this group because we were so lame back then. Like we were so lame. Like seriously, we were the lamest girls in class. But they still included us, which was super cool. She literally got like 8 of us together. She's like, okay, tomorrow we're all gonna bring our DSs to school. And I was a really good kid. Like I was a goody two shoes because I had the kind of parents that if I even breathed wrong, like if the school called and they were like, hey, she's breathing too hard. Literally one time I was on the school bus and I fell asleep on the window and it annoyed my bus driver. It annoyed my bus driver. So when I got off the bus, she told my dad, she said, she keeps falling asleep on the school bus and I tell her not to. And my dad literally goes, don't worry about it. And I got a whooping. Those were the kind of parents I had. So like if I got in any kind of trouble at all, I was getting a whooping. Like there was no question about it. There was no appealing to their better nature. It was just happening, you know what I mean? Like that shit was gonna happen. It was very shocking to me, even looking back, that I even did this. Because obviously games weren't allowed at school, but I still did it. I showed up, I had my DS game, and it was so fun because y'all remember on the DS, you could play games with each other. Like you could connect. Like if I had a DS and you had a DS, we could connect and play the same game. And some of the games, I forgot how badass this was. You didn't even have to have the game. Somebody else had to have the, like Mario Kart. I didn't even have to have Mario Kart to be able to play with those other girls. And that's what we played. We literally just sat around and played Mario Kart. And we were having the time of our lives, and we were doing it for a long time too. We're sitting there, you know, playing Mario Kart, not a care in the world. All of a sudden we feel a shadow looming over us, and it was the sub. And she was like, give them all to me now. And we had to give them, obviously we had to give her all of our DSs. And in a situation like that, usually I would cry. Back in those days, like I would cry, and my friend was crying. But I wasn't crying, and that was kind of shocking to everybody. This girl was like, Alexia, why aren't you crying? And I said, what you gonna do, call my mom? And I said that out loud, and she didn't call my mom. And sure enough, the next day, the teacher got back and she just gave us all our DSs back. Like she didn't even call our parents or anything, which I thought was pretty cool because she's the type to call them, you know? We all brought our DS to school and it was so fun. But the bad story about it is, I don't know if I ever mentioned it on here, but I was a Girl Scout all the way up until I was 17. I only did it for the scholarship because if you finish, like if you do all of the levels, you get a scholarship. And when you're like done, there's usually a little ceremony, you get like a medal. As soon as I was almost done, they were like, oh, by the way, the scholarship is only to all girl schools in your state. And I was like, no, 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 you lost me. You lost me. So I didn't do that, but that I say all that to say that at one point, at points in my life, I would be at Girl Scout camp. My mom was also a troop leader in that, so she also just didn't let me quit. And one year we went, and this was like the DS year, so I'm like, you know, 4th, 5th grade. I was at Girl Scout camp, and there were like 50 of us, right? And I remember that there were a limited amount of beds at this camp. And literally my mom volunteered me to sleep on the cot. No wonder I was such a loner. She like aided in my lonerhood. One thing we all bonded with was our DSs. So, you know, we would all play our DSs, and there were a couple of girls that didn't have one, but it was okay because, you know, we all took turns, whatever, sisterhood. And I say that so bitterly because one day I left my DS on my cot. I used the bathroom and I came back and it was gone. My limited edition ice blue DS was gone, and I was so upset about it. I was so upset about it. Like, I left the camp, we couldn't find it. Like, I'm positive somebody took it. Like, I know somebody took my DS because I left it like right there. So not only did I sleep on a cot, but my DS got stolen. Yay for Girl Scouts. So after my DS got stolen, the main thing I used to play after that was my Leapster. My dad's friend got me a Leapster, and it was seriously so fun to play. Like, it was the best little console, and it was so funny because the Leapsters, you know, they were with leapfrogs. They were always educational, but like the games that I liked, it was subjects that I liked. So I had a Bratz game on the Leapster, y'all. I loved that Bratz game, and I remember somebody was snowboarding. I think it was Yasmin. Yasmin had to like snowboard snowboard or go somewhere to do something like snowboarding. And I had to do like, it wasn't math because I wouldn't have liked it so much if it was math. It was like, it just came to me. It was prefixes and suffixes. Oh, that just came to me. I'm gonna see if I can find a screenshot of the game. That literally just, oh, that just came to me. I also had a Junie B Leapster game, and it was so fun. It was one of the funnest ones because the Junie B like subject was just like language arts, reading, and I loved that anyway. And the little character of Junie B was so cute on that game. I loved that game. I loved that game so much. So the Leapster was where I was at. And then after a while, I would go to my cousin's house. My two cousins, Chase and Jamal, they're brothers. And they had an Xbox 360. They had like an Xbox. And they would play like Grand Theft Auto and all those crazy games. And I remember being like, I want a console, but I want a game that is just fun. Like, I don't want to be killing people. Like, that was how I thought about it. One game that we did play a lot, and my grandma got us, when we were really young, she got us a PlayStation, like the original PlayStation. Maybe we had a PlayStation 2, maybe. But we played Crash, we played WWE, which was foreshadowing for my life, and we played, there's something else. There's one more, I can't remember it, but those were like the two main ones we would play. And I enjoyed playing them, and I was like, I kind of want a console for myself, but some of these games, like, they're just not my ish. It was Midnight Club. Do you remember that card? It was called like Midnight Club 95, something like that. I liked playing that game. I have to put up a picture here. But that was the game we played as well. We would play Midnight Club, whatever. I was like, I want my own at home, but like some of these games I wouldn't play by myself. That's when Nintendo dropped the Wii. That was the exact year that they dropped the Wii, and I got it. And do you guys want to know the funniest thing about when I got the Wii? The Christmas that I got the Wii, I got in trouble for something, and I cannot remember what it is to this day. I do not remember. It was something. It wasn't anything too crazy. But literally Christmas Day comes around, and I get the Wii, and they had bought me a Happy Feet game to go with the Wii. And literally, I'm like, okay, yay, I'm gonna go play with it. And my mom goes, what a shame. You could be dancing with Happy Feet if you weren't in trouble. They didn't let me play with the Wii on Christmas. On Christmas, y'all? That is trifling, isn't it? So I didn't get to play my Wii, but I loved my Wii. It was like the perfect solution for what I wanted. One thing that I pride myself in doing, and I'm so excited to do on my Switch, is I am the best Mii maker. I make the best Miis on the planet. Truly. Like, I'm so good at it. Let me tell y'all something. Wii Sports hits. It hits. Like, Wii Tennis. I will kick some ass in Wii Tennis. I had the Happy Feet game, which I ended up selling. I had something else. I had both Glee Karaoke Revolutions. And actually, when I got to college, me and my friend Josh went around to all the GameStops in our town, and we bought them all the Disney Sing-Its for the Wii. And that's all we did our freshman year, I swear. That was the best. And now with the Switch, like, I'm so excited to open it and, like, you know, have a handheld again. I haven't had a handheld in so long. And then on top of that, like, I hope that the variety of games like the DS had so many games. Like, there were so many. I hope that they do that for the Switch. But I'm so excited. Like, you guys, I can't lie to you, I'm low-key rushing through this so that I can open it. Ah! And y'all already know I bought Animal Crossing. I'm pumped. I'm so mad that I've just now heard of this game. Like, I wish I would have had it for the DS, but I also heard that the DS version was a very different game. That's all I have for you guys today. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe and join the vlog.